Now, before we go to a break, boys, I want to bring up the front page of the Courier-Mail because I think it's a terrific front page and it sort of encapsulates that sort of, you know, the next 6 months and how it'll be rolled out and what we need to adjust to. That's life, but not as we know it. And there's a photograph of a couple of Norwegian tourists who are at South Bank, which is an international draw card. You go over to South Bank at any time in Brisbane and you will see thousands and thousands of international tourists there. And there they are, beautiful South Bank. Any gathering of over 100, now banned. Do not travel order for all international trips and restrictions likely to last for a full 6 months. Life as we know it in Australia will change for the next 6 months or more with bans on mass gatherings, restrictions on aged care visits, no more overseas travel and more limitations to come. Ollie, it's, yeah, it's not normal, is it? It's not the same.
No, it's not. But I think, Gleeson, this is the tipping point, and this is where the anxiety needs to try and the panic and the fear needs to calm, because as I said a little bit earlier, this is what we have to come to accept for the next little while, and we just need to employ all of those particular protocols like social distancing. I know Dan's mentioned Singapore and Hong Kong. I also interviewed an Australian journalist living in Taiwan yesterday, and it's basically business as usual in Taiwan as it is in Singapore. And the one other point that I think we really need to consider is the temperature checks, because what I was told is if you're getting onto a bus, you're getting onto a train, you're walking into your office, you're walking into the school, everybody is just having a temperature check. Now, yesterday, Gleeson, 5,000 new jobs were advertised at Coles, and they're going to need a lot of people, a lot of help, a lot of assistance to stock those shelves and make sure the produce is available to all the keen customers. We had 36,000 Australians apply to work at Coles yesterday alone. Now, I realise temperature checks are a lot more complicated role, but at the very simple level of doing a temperature check, I'm pretty sure you could pick up a temperature check, hold it against somebody's forehead and find out whether or not they have a temperature above what is allowable. So why can't we have some leadership when it comes to temperature checks? How many have we got? Let's roll out initiatives like this, and I'm sure there's a lot of Australians who are facing a few anxious weeks, months, if not a year ahead without work, without employment, and they would prefer to be able to contribute and do something like this as opposed to asking for a welfare check. Let's roll out temperature checks every single place as possible, and let's try and continue to operate business as usual, or the new usual, which it will be over the next few months.